Here at Quince Orchard High School, for instance, we are witnessing a dramatically different scene today here in Montgomery County. Today, the long lines did not materialize as news spread that these sites are by appointment only for people 75 years and older.
You're one seat. They're going to turn you away.
But yesterday, that did not stop huge crowds from turning out, hoping to take a shot at getting vaccinated without an appointment. Health authorities here in Montgomery County say they believe yesterday's mad rush was unleashed by inaccurate information that people are sharing widely on social media sites like Nextdoor and through their neighborhood email listservs. This is in the wake of our reporting this week that as many as 50% of appointments for Montgomery County Health Department shots are coming from people who are not eligible, but who are link sharing the emailed invitations that have been sent to family and friends who are eligible. Much of the social media chatter is coming from people who are claiming that big retail pharmacies and local governments are only offering appointments at certain times of the day. We asked retailers about that today. CVS responded saying the company makes appointments available as we receive more doses of vaccine. Appointments may also become available if there are cancellations, no-shows, etc. So the site is updated on a rolling basis. In Montgomery County, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.